வார்த்தை இல்லை அன்பை மட்டும் என்னவென்று சொல்ல தெரியவில்லை தேடி வந்த நேசமே ஆருயிரே சுவே உம் அன்பில் ஒன்றே உம்மை உண்டென்று கண்டேன்.
Sweet music from India. It is the Chennai Divine FM from India. And they still have this FM band, and I think it's good. It's good to have this analog channel that can be digitalized. It's good. And the light is the light analog or particles. It is both a wave and a particle. The light, they say that the light is a wave and a particle. Particle of waves or waves of particles. You see, we have this before the digitalization. Everything was kind of analog. We didn't understand the concept of digital particles, small bits and pieces, until we developed this ability to. This is a different. Maybe everything have different. I think I think it's not only particles and waves or analog. I think it's something beneath that is driving its force. So what is the dark matter here? I don't know. It can be whatever it is, and it's very interesting that we can find some solutions to everything that is in hand. It seems that I need these waves of coffee. Because it's a habit. And I met up with this Jehovah's Witness the other day. And there we have a coffee roaster in this town. I didn't know. I knew because it was from way off times. I thought that they just ended that kind of roastery in order for them to continue with a certain coffee they have. And I'm sorry to say, I told him that if you go to McDonald's, the filter coffee, he asked, no. They have their own coffee machine. And I have to admit, I go there. And he was as happy as usual. He seemed to be very diplomatic-minded. So he didn't mind me mentioning McDonald's. But this, he said, and he was from Jehovah's Witness. He was part of the group that was having this stand in the town. So I didn't want to talk with him about Jehovah's Witness because I think that would not be nice if I want to go and visit his coffee. My daughters like this. It's in English. This place is called. The Craftsman. Håndverkeren. The Craftsman. And obviously this this roasting of coffee for him is the craftsman of coffee. It's and he had parents that also was overseas. We had some mutual. I think they were into labor, and the part of the income to this craftsman company went back to those that needed the earning. They labored more or less for them, so that the income they got from selling this coffee and selling this trade went back to those that needed, because it's more or less countries that have poor people, that have some kind of a slavery of labors. I don't know nowadays, because things have changed, but the notion of labor is that you are slaving. And I will recommend people that are in labor, in some kind of normal labor, that they ask for their empowerment. That is, they can have organizations behind them that seemingly are working to their own benefit. But I didn't see that in the factory that made paint, Jotun. I didn't see the LO, this organization for the laborers, didn't work for the people that were in labor. They had their own high and mighty position. So that was some kind of arrogancy in that. They picked and choose on the best shelf what kind of cases they wanted to portray or work on. So this coffee, he said, it's our trademark. It's the heart and soul of our company. This is the trademark of ours. And yes, I heard, because people from here and there, close and far away, were asking for your coffee. Because coffee here in Norway is more or less like a culture. By the way, I use this, and it's that is, for me, I can't take so hard coffee, and I really like this. It's different trades of instant coffee, but this is one of the few that I really think taste coffee. So maybe, and it's more or less the cheapest. I think that my taste, my perception of taste enhances itself when I know it's the cheapest. It's like that. The coffee I have is well, I went out. I ran out of coffee the other day here, and I had to bring the coffee that I brought to this place back again, because I needed only the one cup of coffee before I could buy new ones. So that is trademark. Trademark. Let me write that down. Maybe that is a good contemplation, to write things down. Trademark. It can be your signature. I said to this lady that I debated that every human have his own unique blood type. The ingredients in the blood is uniquely connected to the person. Each and every person have his own blood type trademark. It's like this finger this pattern that every police when it's break-in, they had some powder to see if the thief or whatever that was were here, because if you can find any evidence of this hand grasping something or holding something like windows and so on, they can photograph it, have some powder and photograph it in order to track the owner's fingerprint. Let me write that one. Fingerprint. Because I tend to forget words that I need, so that appeared just by itself. The fingerprint. Fingerprint is some kind of a trademark for each and every person. So if you say I have this trademark, you can both go to the fingerprint, your blood type, your eyes retina, or what they call it, the pattern in the eyes that is uniquely connected to you. So there is locker that opens if you have this. Even on the phone, even on the phones today, you have this fingerprint that you just put here, then it will open. Now it's spoiled. Now it's open. It's this brilliant. So if I ask even my daughters, can you open this? They will not be able. Maybe they know the number code, but but not the fingerprint. You can't open that phone without fingerprint. Or as my daughter, I see every time she opens her phone, she used the face recollection. Take it up, face, and your face is uniquely connected to only one person. Many people have some similarities, and maybe those programs can be cheated by those similarities. But every spot on the face is recognized. So either you that's how they have this surveillance globally. That even if we are going into New York or some other places, they will find people because they have cameras that recognize each and every person who is there, who is out. Not only do they track their phones, they track their faces, their way of walking. So every transaction, today I did a transaction, and they will know exactly what moment that is. what a trademark that is for surveillance, that you can find out exactly what moment you did this and that and where you were at that moment in time. That is for me some kind of a individual trademark. And each and every one, we recognize what we accept or not by that kind of a trademark that each and every one have. We can't fool around. If there is something wrong, without anyone saying that, oh, there is something wrong with me, it will be recognized by those that are skilled in recognizing differences in behavior. You have this behavioristic trademark that can be recognized. If you have two lovers, they are very intimate with each other. They can see the behavioristic way and your face. They can see it in your face. Either you are sad or not. That is the trademark of each and every person. You will recognize if something is wrong. Someone used that to pry on other people because they are vulnerable. Every one of us are vulnerable to certain things. And they use that to exploit it as much as they can, because they are animals. They are wolves. They are man hunters. But if you have a loving heart, they say that about Messiah. He knew. He knows. Even by the smell. Where you are. Sort of. Where you are, in what state you are. If you meet the Messiah, he knows exactly your position. Both physically, but also mentally. I have heard many Christians say, not so much about the Jews, but I bet there are lots of Jews, and I hope also Muslims. I heard on only one of Muslims that met Jesus. But in some occasions in people's life, they meet someone or they are ready for something that wouldn't stroke their mind in ages if that didn't happen. And it came so naturally. Like my friend, he was a smoker. He got Christian to be Christian, and he felt that everybody condemned him because he smoked. And he didn't feel that was really wrong, but he asked God, what do I do with this? And he said, dear child, I will tell you when you can stop. And he continued to smoke without minding those that condemned him. And one day he was sitting at the harbor of his job, and then the voice said, now you can stop. And that was the end of that. And he was ready. He didn't miss it. He didn't look back and wanted to pick it up. No. Ever since that, he haven't smoking. So that is some kind of a proof that there is the Messiah knows your deepest state of mind. You can be worried. I heard about people that they one in a family, some family that was really down, and someone took her and comforted her, and she got better after that. Something, someone, something, somewhere you may meet this unique something very unique to you, that doesn't tamper with the respect of you, that doesn't prive on you. It's just there in order to comfort you, to heal you, to nourish you, to make you fulfilled. And I think that is the picture of God that I will portray here. Someone that do you good. Even though the lies can be so devastating, portraying God in so bad way that you wouldn't even seek God. But God is the innermost soul that is crying, and when you are ready, God is coming. So this signature, the signature of God, what is that? People should be aware that there is more to life than your pity state, so to say. You wouldn't have this pity state if you were not lied to. If you if you believed that everything gains, you gain from everything. If you didn't believe that, you would suffer today. But if you believe that your suffering, your turmoil, will be a blessing to the degree that you couldn't even fathom how much of a blessing that would be. Every rejection, every turmoil, every fight, every hurt will gain because you build the resistance. You build something within yourself that can be of a good resistance against those lies. The lies of life that want you to feel bad about yourself, think badly of others. So the fingerprint opens up the lock, and when you install your phone and start using it, you put this finger on the phone in order to see all the aspects of your finger. The fingerprint have its unique pattern, so the phone need to adapt to that uniqueness. So immediately when you touch your phone, it will open up. Even to the bank account, you can use your fingerprint in order to open the bank account, and you can transact whatever you like, as much as you have to me. So, my friends, there is some uniqueness to each and every one of us. And believe you me, God made you so. We human can only make some copies. What we do is uniquely ours when when we have children, that is some similarities with us, but they are uniquely themselves. So that is the way how things are created. If we follow the rule of law, we make children because we want to see the uniqueness in differences and see that even though they are similar to me, they are also different. Therefore, we have to value the differences between people. The uniqueness of you can't be similar to me. Even we agree, I think that is some kind of, we are so hanged up on agreements. Why not hang up on disagreements? You see it your way and expose it. I see it my way. I sit here and expose it all the time. You may be so tired of my opinion that you close down the YouTube. Even you end your YouTube account. But I got some followers that may be so silent that I don't know even if they are following me or not. But it's okay. I love the silence, the silent differences, and I hate the silent agreements. Disagreement is some proof of that you are thinking, that you have some reflections of your own. You should enhance those uniqueness to you, because every person have this ability to express their own uniqueness in different ways. So when my daughters wanted to express themselves in some way, I thought I knew what they were about to express. But it was totally different than mine, and totally different than what I thought they would express. So it's this kind of uniqueness that makes me being amazed of what differences, what a multitude of differences. Even twins are different. So your fingerprint will be the living proof that you have been in this world. Your uniqueness is the proof that you are in this world together with others that are similar, uniquely different from you. That is enigmatic. We are enigmatic creatures that surface the earth. You have the animal kingdom is, they are different patterns and so on whales and grasshopper and lions. They have some dots that divides them from, separate them from each other. But each and every one have their own uniqueness that is associated, like the smell. When coming to animals, I bet it is the smell that makes them unique. And I heard this bird was, when it laid its egg, the female had some tapping or some noise, some sound that made the infant in the egg recognize that exact pattern. So when it hatched the egg, then it remembered. So how about God's word to this world? I wish we could recognize it in a way that we will know immediately this is him. Shabbat Shalom.